What's going on, guys? This is Spencer with Adventure Family Outdoors, coming to you with my bug out bag. Hope you guys enjoy. Alright, you guys, this is my bug out bag. I've kind of perfected it and got it to the place where it's manageable. I haven't weighed it, but I'm assuming it weighs around maybe 60, 65 pounds, if not a smidge over, which is fine. I can totally carry it. I actually train with this bag. My neighbors must think I'm some sort of crazy guy, but I'll wear it around my neighborhood and walk a couple of miles, throw it down, take a rest. But it's always good to train with your gear and condition yourself, because listen, you know, whether it's a natural disaster or you know, just a real scenario, you want to be able to carry your load and your family's load and do it accurately, and you know, just make it happen there. All right, well, I guess we'll get into it. Let me scoot it over there. This is my IFAK kit. I do have the Leatherman RAPTOR scissors here. These suckers are awesome. I mean, super, super strong. It's got a little hook in there so you can cut your ring off if you're ever in that situation. It's got the seat belt cutter on it, just as well as the shears, and they do lock in place. So you hit that and it locks it, or closes it rather. And then it fits nice and neat in this little case there. Thank God I've never had to use this. I'll go over this in another video, what I carry as far as medical supplies, medicines, etc. But from there, well, we'll start in the saddles. We'll start in the saddles right now. I do have a couple of honorable mentions here, some things you may or may not want to carry. I got them tucked aside here. Usually, I'll have this in there. This has got 3 pairs of clothing from each me, my wife, and my son. When I went over this in my first video, it's got a bunch of the compression straps. You know, you can fit it in there and throw it over. You may want to take 2 articles of clothing rather than the 3. I like to have 2 pairs of pants, including what I'm wearing, so that's 3, and two shirts, 2 pairs of socks, and 2 pairs of underwear. The same thing with my wife and my little boy. But from there, we'll go into the left saddle. This is a little Maxpedition little bag here. Organizer rather, and this is basically my mini survival kit. I've got everything in here from glow sticks, flashlights, space blankets, lighters, band-aids and medicine, electrical tape, because that comes in handy in a lot of scenarios, just all kinds of stuff. And I'll go over all my micro kits at a later date here. You can pick and choose what or how you build yours. I've been doing this for a long time. I am no expert, but you know, I got it to where I like it. It's not overcrowded. What else we got? I got my rain jacket here. I love this thing. I'll go ahead and open it for you guys. I believe I got this at Target. It's a windbreaker / rain jacket. It's army colored, which is pretty cool, and it's got thumb cutouts, which I thought was pretty neat, and I like that, especially on a windy, rainy day. And then in here, I've got my Outdoor Vitals pillow. You can go ahead and check them out. I am not sponsored by any means, but hey, Outdoor Vitals, if you want to send me some of your gear, I'd be sure to review it and like it, because everything I've seen of your guys' I like. This is the pillow. It kind of has a felt feel to it. And here it's got a little, when you blow it up, it's got a little recessed section right here. So when you put your head on the pillow, your ear's not getting smushed, and it has a little bit of breathing room there, as you were. Let me scoot this over. This is my sleeping bag. It's called the Blackbird, I believe. I'll have a description of it right here. I cannot remember the name of it, but this is such an awesome hammock. It's got a way, you can do it in most hammocks, but this is specifically designed to where you lay at an angle, you're laying on a flat surface, or so to speak. And this is meant for 2 people, so me and my wife, and then my son will have this one here. But I'll show you a picture here, and you'd be able to see it for yourselves. It's an awesome hammock. And also the tarp. Shucks, I forgot the name of the tarp, but this thing is huge, and I'll have a description of that right here as well. It's made of this obviously waterproof, cut-resistant material, and it's just awesome. I mean, you can fit maybe two or 3 hammocks underneath this one tarp. Yeah, I love that thing. We've used it in camping quite a bit. And that's it for that saddle. And then here, oh, this is my BIOGAITER. It's an N95 mask / gaiter. I don't even know if the business is still in play here, but I'll find a picture of it and put it here with the name of the company. This thing's awesome. I mean, it can filter out particulates. Well, you know, it's an N95 mask. I'm sure with COVID, all of you guys are up to speed on your masks and stuff. But this is just, you know, instead of the regular form factor of wearing a mask, this is a gaiter. It looks cool, so I got one. Also, I got my trusty Condor Tack kukri here. I love this knife. I love it. Use it all the time. As well as that's in here, I got Titan cord. Now there's 2 different versions of Titan cord. This, I forgot, even if they call it a different name, I don't remember. I'll show a picture right here. But this has got the brass wire in it. It's got the jute string, so things will stay lit on fire for longer periods of time. It's got fishing line as well as the different strands that go in a 550 paracord. This is awesome. This stuff is the coolest 550 cord out there, I think. And then in here, I got my USGI rain poncho. I love this company. I have a couple of things from them. There's so many different uses you can use with this poncho. In the description, it says you can use it as a hammock. That's how strong it is. I've yet to try it out because I have a hammock. So it's made out of the ripstop, obviously rain or waterproof. And I've looked online because I research all my gear before I get it, sometimes for weeks on end until I know that's what I want to get. But I looked at this, and I looked online or on YouTube, and I couldn't find something that gave like accurate measurements. So this is like 85 by 65. It's huge. I'm 5'11", and this thing can almost drape all the way over me. Yeah, you know, you guys can use it as a makeshift shelter, rain poncho, obviously. You can procure water with it if you tie up the hood. You can use it as a rain catch. There's just so many different practical uses you can use with a poncho. And at a later date, I want to show that in a video of all the different uses you can use with the poncho there. So I'll go over that in another video. Oh, in here, I got this from LL Bean. It's the Craftsman Co. Little camp light, super light. You know, you can hang it in your hammock, your tent, throw it on your backpack. It's got these little hooks on it. And I got 2 of those guys, which do come in handy quite a bit. So, and then with my poncho and my hammock, I don't have a bivvy for my hammock or an underquilt. I just have the hammock and my rain poncho, as well as this. This is just a really tough waterproof blanket that you can turn into. You can turn it into a bivvy sack. You can use it as a shelter. There's a lot of different things you can do with this tough blanket here. And everything I mention, I'll try to show it either here or right here. Just a brief description of it and what it looks like. I got most of this stuff on Amazon, the USGI things anyway. So I'll pop this out and show you guys. It's a pretty hefty blanket there. It saves me room and weight because, you know, you get a sleeping bag and a bivvy and or a sleeping bag or bivvy, either one, and then you got the underquilt to your hold on, this thing's slipping on me, to your hammock. You know, it's just a lot. It just adds a lot. So I went with this. I can use this either inside of my hammock or underneath as the underquilt. But it's big. You know, it's waterproof. It's got ripstop material. Yeah, I love this blanket. It's super soft. It's nice and soft and cozy there. I'm gonna have fun putting all this back later, huh? As well as in there, that is a doohickey that I left in there from before, and it's just like a little, one of those little pointers, one of those little pointer things that you can pull out, which I don't need. Before I get into the main compartments here, I will turn it around, and I do have my Grail awesome water purification system. It beats having to make a fire and boil your water when you can just do it in seconds, honestly. And then my Canteen here from the Pathfinder school. This has got the, I forgot the name, but a little cup in there with the lid, and it's got the little handle that folds out, as well as the actual canteen. So there's so many practical uses you can use with this canteen here. And then I have a tourniquet. God forbid I'm in a situation, but if I was, I know I'd be taken care of with this. You know, and guys, even if you're not medically trained and you have an IFAC or something like that, God forbid you're going down the street and you see an accident, and you grab your kit and you run over there, you know, one of the passerbys or someone, you know, close by may be a doctor, may know how to use that gear. So it's always better to be prepared and not know how, as opposed to not having it and, you know, and knowing how. So I do want to take classes. They do have a couple of classes, like Stop the Bleed through Red Cross, I believe, and a couple of more. If I can find any, I'll show them right here. Otherwise, they'll probably be in the description underneath this video. Yeah, so we'll get into it. I'm going to lay this sucker down. You know, despite it being so big, this bag actually is not that it's not that as heavy on you as you think, you know. So I'm going to take a quick break, and we'll get back to it. All right, you guys, we're back. I had to take a quick break, take my jacket off. It was super cold this morning, but it's since warmed up quite a bit. So as we dive into the fanny pack / sling bag of my bug out bag here, so I have a VanQuest bag that I love, but inside it has this modular system where you can buy these organizers separate, and they vary from the one that I showed you before, where I keep all of our clothes, to these really small ones. And it also has this this label on it that that shows you, you know, which right here it is. So on here it shows you like green is food, blue is water, purple is clothes and personal, first aid is red, fire is yellow, and so forth. And here, as you can see, I got yellow. This is my fire kit, and I got everything in here from the little torch lighters, and then I got 2 Bic lighters in here, as well as matches, a flint and steel, and a ferro rod with magnesium on it. You know, you don't know the conditions you'll be in. It could be raining, it could be snowing. You want to be able to light a fire in all of those conditions. And here I got my compass that I got for my 32nd birthday. It's a take on like the old school 50s compass. It's made out of brass. You got the sundial on there so you can tell the time. Really awesome rugged compass there. And to get a little corny here, my wife wrote on here, "Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay." That's Ruth 1:16 from God's Good Book there. And I love this thing. It means so much to me. I bring it with me on all my adventures. Yeah, and it works great. It's not a gimmick or anything like that. I got my Leatherman. This is the Leatherman Surge. This is the heavy duty one. I love this. If I'm not carrying my Leatherman rebar, only for size, throughout the day, I mostly have this guy either in my pocket or in the pouch on my belt. I can't tell you how many Leathermans I've broken that are the size of this guy. Like the Wingman. I haven't broken this pair yet. The Leatherman Signal I've broken, and the Leatherman Wave I've broken the pliers on. And I've never had an issue with the Surge. So in here I got my Worksharp field sharpener, and this guy is awesome. So they fit on. You can look this up. I'll have a brief description right here. But you could take these off and replace them and buy new ones. But you got a coarse and fine. You got a ceramic rod there, and then you got a leather strap to hone it in. And you can do everything from axes to, you know, to your pocket knives. Just about anything with this tool, and it works super great, especially with those hardened steels, like M4. Or, you know, the high carbon steels that are a lot stronger. It can put an edge on them fairly quick. A Write in the Rain notepad, that's kind of self-explanatory. You're in a situation, you want to leave a note, or you want to calculate your miles or what have you. It's all there. Here, I got a magnesium fire rod. I got a little whistle. And like I said before, I'll go over in depth my micro survival kits, but this is just something else, you know. I put it in my pocket or whatever. And in here from Grim Workshop, I got a bunch of survival cards, sewing kit, fishing kit, brass wire for snares, all kinds of rope in there, and just a bunch of little things that will serve a big purpose if you're ever in that situation, you know. I got a trash bag because those are valuable and you'll never know when you might need one. And no, it's not for trash. You can implement it as a rain jacket. You can implement it as a tarp, as a ground cover. You name it, you know. And then I got this little, I forgot who this is from as well, but I got a little micro sharpening kit just to put a quick edge on. You know, the finer things you can use with the Worksharp, but just to put a quick edge on one of your knives, this guy works pretty good. I got a 5,000 milliamp charger here, and my cable. You know, your phone is one of the biggest tools you can use in a survival situation. There are apps that you can download where even if you don't have service, it'll bounce off the satellite and send an SOS. Something, you know, low data, not heavy in that way, but and you know, it could save your life. A Sharpie and a pen for my Write in the Rain. Yes, I do use Repel. I know it's poison. I've tried all the natural things, but nothing works as good as the poison. So, you know, in the summers here in Georgia, the mosquitoes are freaking crazy, you know, as well as those stink bugs, which are awful. Any kind of flying insect that wants to suck your blood or bite you. This stuff works great. I love it. Try not to use it too often, but in those, you know, severe situations, I will definitely use it. And I got my little survival thing, my survival light here. I forgot the name. It's Life Gear. It's from a company called Life Gear. It's got a whistle. Put the cap on the whistle, and then it's got a pretty decent light, as well as a red light. You know, you can use this from anywhere from being stranded on the road, you know, to a situation where you're lost in the woods and are about to pass out. And you set this, and it'll go for, I think, 48 hours. And it just takes the little batteries, the little fat ones that go in a watch or something. I forgot the names. Yeah, so that's it there for the top part. And I carry all this up here in my micro survival kit. So when I get to camp, or I find somewhere safe where I can leave the bigger portion of my bag, I can take out, you know, the main one, the J1 little brother, and you know, as well as this is on top of it. So if in a situation where you had to dump some gear, you know, in each of your bags, you'll be able to survive and make it work. So that's always important to kind of think a bit tactical in that way, and build your bag to purpose. You know, build your bag to the climate, to the season that you're in. It makes a huge difference, you know. So with that, oh, and on the side here, I do have tent stakes for my tarp. So when my tarp is fully expanded, it's not like a square tarp. It's got these different angles to it with the cinch straps. So when you get your line across and you got it hung up, you want to cinch those straps and make it as wide as possible. So I got the tent stakes to do so. And if you bear with me here, it's got these little hooks on it. Let me unlock it and take it out of here. And then in the main bag, I do have a couple of goodies. I'll put that one to the side. There. And I don't know if that's going to stay. Alright, so in this guy, I've got, it's not a silky saw, it's a Coleman but I'll tell you, I've used this thing plenty of times. It works great. I've never had to resharpen anything, and I've had this for over 5 years. And it makes cutting stuff very easy. And then I got a little axe here, or hatchet, as you were. I got this for my birthday last year. And it kind of has this like sandpaper grit on it. It's from the Craftsman company, Craftsman Co. or something. Super sharp, super duper sharp. I think it's stainless steel. And this thing throws. I played around with it, thrown it at some trees, and it never bounces off. It always goes where I want it to, and it's super light. So instead of carrying a fully blown axe or even a small hatchet that weighs, you know, freaking 100 pounds, this one is the way to go. Let's see here. In here, I do have an extra headlamp. I think I got this one at Home Depot. Super bright, super duper bright. You got the different modes on there, and then you got the red light, which is super bright as well. And it takes three AAA batteries, so you don't have to recharge it out there, because that can be sometimes a pain in the butt. You bring, you know, I know it's heavy, and every ounce counts. You know what I mean? When you're carrying a big bag like this, you want to try to reduce the weight by any means necessary. But you know, sometimes it's just better to have batteries than it is to try to recharge something out there in the field, because whether you have a solar panel or not, it just takes forever, you know. And you can't always count on it being clear skies, so think accordingly and try to plan ahead as much as you can. In here, I do have this big gallon-sized clear bag that I can use. It's got a square bottom on it, so I could fill this thing up with water and set it down. Heavy duty plastic. I do have a bag in there, you know, for little bits of garbage and whatnot. I do have a bag. I believe this is like a Nike bag. Yeah, it's a Nike bag, but it's orange. You know, and you can tape it to a branch or something and wave it around. Orange will catch people's attention, and hopefully you can get saved as well. You know, you throw it down to sit on it. There's so many different applications you can use with a bag. You know, just use your imagination, and within reason, you know, just about anything's possible. You can come up with different solutions and stuff. And then I have two heavy-duty trash bags here. Again, you can never go wrong with a trash bag. It can help you tremendously in various ways. And then on the bottom, part of my medical kit is if you are ever out there, this one's still in the packaging, but I have one right here that I can show you. And they sell them on Amazon, but essentially what it is it's made out of like aluminum in the middle. And it's called a SAM medical brace. It's 36 inches, and you can see you can bend it to whatever shape you want, and it's just made to keep your joints, your leg, your arm, in a straight, you know, position if you had broken it or something like that. You can also, you know, if you broke your finger, you can cut a section of this off, use it as a splint for your finger, your ankle, just to keep it sturdy so you don't re-injure yourself further. I've never had to use this, knock on wood. I hope I never do, but if I do, I know that I'm taken care of until I can seek actual medical help there. And yeah, so that's everything from this bag. Oh, a couple pairs of black nitrile gloves. It's called Venom or something like that. They're heavy duty gloves. They are fairly expensive. I'll show a link right here, just so you can see the packaging and the label. in what they're actually called, but I believe they're called Venom. Venom gloves. So, into this guy, I have to put it down on its side, but I got a glow stick in the front pocket there. And now, when I was building this, I tried to be as organized as possible. So, along with that little indicator card that I showed you, say you ask your buddy or even your wife or somebody to go to your bag and grab the organizer with the green on it. You tell them where that little identification card is, and it just makes it easier to grab what you're asking for, as opposed to them rummaging through your bag and not being able to find it. And if it was a real emergency, go ahead and get the bag with the red label on it. That's my emergency medical kit. Something like that. So it helps to be organized and to think ahead. But in here, I have a bunch of mountain houses and a bunch of food, at least for 2 weeks. I got 2 weeks worth of food in here. I mean, shoot, I've got maybe 10 or 15 mountain house meals in here that will serve me, my wife, and my son pretty good for the time being. Hey, and when you run out of food, you can grab your slingshot, hunt some squirrels. If it's legal in your area. I don't know the wildlife rules all too much. I'm trying to learn. But yeah. This is the solar charger that you saw before in my last video. I actually tested this thing out the other day, and it was rainy up here in Georgia, and it was low light. This thing still charged up within 4 hours, and it's a almost 40,000 milliamp battery, so I was very impressed. This is one of the better ones. And here, this is where I keep my little charging cables and charging bricks, and anything phone or charger related. I got a cable in there for my wife's phone, for my son's tablet, for my phone and tablet. And it's not all bulky. It's only what you need in there. Here I got a little kit. That's actually for the hammock and the tarp. So inside I got rope, I got steel wire for making traps. Behind that, I do have a bunch of band-aids and some medical bandages and stuff like that back there. I do have a bug net. That's a bug hat. I primarily bought this for my wife. She will not use the repel poison at all. And her lemon concoction does not work with getting gnats and flies and stuff away from you, so I bring that just in case. And in here I got a couple of pulley things. I think this is from the company Night Eyes that I've mentioned in my last video. They make a lot of really cool, neat stuff. Really, really good stuff here. And all this is a, well, I have this one tied up, but it's a cinch. So, you grab it, you can pull it through, clip it to one end, clip this to your tarp, and then clip the bottom to your tent stakes, and, pull that and cinch it up. As well as a few different cables, so you can do it with my 550 cord, my Titan cord. You can, so many different scenarios. So that's what's in there. It's just hardware for the tarp and tent. I think these are 800 pound test hook loop or clips right there. Not too much more in here. So that's just my little tool kit there. I do have a big blue 28 watt solar charger, just to help, charge things a little faster than say this guy. This thing, low light, raining, whatever, it works great. This is really a good deal. They have better ones. It's got a little pouch in here that has various cables and different things. So, you know, you lose yours, you got one covered right inside here. I do want to get a 60-watt solar panel from Goal Zero. They make some really heavy-duty stuff there. I got my Ultimate Survival Tips MSK1 knife. I love this thing. If you guys want to see a review on this knife and some of my other various knives, let me know in the comments. I'll be sure to put something together for you guys. But I love this knife. Super heavy duty, and it's got the little cutout for for doing a bow drill fire. It's got the little divot right there, and you can change it from this side to the other side depending on if you're left or right-handed. You can just use a penny to take off the scales here, and inside you do have a little survival kit. So you have a magnetized needle. You do have like this rope. It's almost like dental floss, but it's really heavy duty. You got fire starting tabs, a mini ferro rod, and a couple other things I've added in there. I haven't gone into the handle in this thing in quite some time. I'm trying to relearn all these different things. So excuse me if I forget some of the terminology there. Here I got my Carhartt beanie. I love this beanie. This one's made out of wool. That was the expensive one, but hey, it works. And then, I don't know if you can see it, but in here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 little pockets on the sides. And on this side, I just have outdoor cordage, orange cordage. So say you're walking, you're trying to make a trail for yourself. You know, you tie this over in a branch where you know someone's going to see it, and it's high vis, so you can't go wrong there. And then I got more Titan cord, survival cord here, and then I got regular 550 cord right there, and I keep all those on the side. And in here, I do have a mini tackle box. So I got some what are these? These are lizard lures, I guess you could say, and they stink, so the fish will love them. And then here I do got a little tackle box, all kinds of an assortment of hooks and weights and different types of lures, and you know, all kinds of good stuff in there, as well as a couple of floats here. I got this one, and then I got a bigger one right here, which comes in handy, you know. And then I got the Performance braid. It's made by Suffix, but this is like 85 test pound, and it's the woven. I'll have a link. I'll show a description right here so you can see it. But you know, I use this stuff in all kinds of different ways, from lashing, you know, making a primitive chair or table or something. This stuff works great, does not break on you. Yeah, so I use that. Let me stick all this back as I'm going along here, and I do have pretty big, this one's rechargeable, flashlight there. That is super bright, but it's got a magnetic tip there, so you can stick it to the back of your truck, your car, your whatever, you know, so, and it stands out straight. It's not going to try to slag or fall on you there. It's from a company called NEBO. They make a lot of really cool stuff. This one is waterproof, and then you can open it. Then you got a little camp light, and it's got the different modes in there, which is really cool. I love this flashlight. It does have a crazy bevel around it. So if you wanted to take a core sample from that dangerous, creepy guy in the park, you know, you can blind him and then bop him and get the heck out of there. In here I do have some beef jerky, as well as some different, I got like Cliff bars in here, a couple of other ones that have like high protein, high calorie, you know, super bars in there. So I carry that just in case as some snackage or, you know, late night munchies in the woods. I do have both of my walkie-talkies here. They're charged up and ready to go. And they have, I think, a 23-mile radius on these ones. I have a couple of space blankets in here. This is moleskin padding for if you get a blister in your boots. You can doctor it up and take care of it there. So these walkie-talkies are awesome. I've had them from a while now. My wife works, I think, 45 minutes away, and I was able to talk to her. I tested it out. I was able to talk to her over the walkie-talkies there, so that was pretty cool. I do have a schma right here. You know, just as well as the bandana, there's so many uses for a schma. You know, you can use it as a towel, as a loincloth, as a blanket. You know, the sky's the limit. You had imagination. You can put this to some good use there. So, hygiene is big. You're out in the woods for 3 days. You're starting to stink. You want to be able to go to a river or something, or even when if it's pouring down rain, it's a perfect time to take a shower. I've bathed in the rain before, you know, in here I just got, you know, a little thing of deodorant, all natural deodorant there. I've got shampoos and I think a thing of lotion. Again, I am packing for 3 people, so this isn't all mine in here, you guys. I have 2 bars of soap and some lotion, you know, and on those days where you just want to freshen up, I got those biodegradable wet wipes here, and they're pretty big, so you can wash almost your entire body with them. Toothbrush, toothpaste. Don't overpack, but bring enough to where you know that you'll be able to be comfortable, as well as being comfortable carrying it. That's big as well. I have another schma for my wife there. Here's my water kit. And inside I got the Sawyer Mini. I got water tabs. I mean, shoot, you name it, and I got it in here. The Sawyer, I've got this adaptable filter where you can grab just about any water bottle. You know, you find trash all over the place. So you come across a Gatorade bottle, you put the filter right up in there, scoop up that dirty water and drink it as you go, you know. So there is that. My water procurement bag, and as you can see, I labeled it blue. And I think that is it, you guys. That is my bug out bag, what I carry, why I carry it. You know, hey, leave me a message. Let me know what you guys carry in your bug out bags, why you carry it. It doesn't have to go into depth. I'm curious to know what types of bags you guys use, and what are some of the things that you bring that are different from mine. And again, I know it's different for everybody, different, you know, per climate, per state, different seasons. You know, someone may not be comfortable carrying this much weight. You know, that's why I try to encourage going out there and training with it. That way, you know, you're gonna be good when you're on the hike there. I will flip-flop and review this bag at a later date. You know, I won't be able to fit as much as I can in here in this one. That's why I love this bag, because I can break it down. I can carry the little brother bag here. Or no, my wife can carry the little brother bag we can swap some items, and I can carry this one, and you know, that way it takes the load off, and we're sharing the load equally. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'll have a link of a lot of this stuff in the description, so if you want to check it out, see the name, or you know, or look up anything, it'll be down below. But with all that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm trying really hard to put out more content and be a little bit better prepared, as well as my editing. So I hope you guys enjoy. Until the next one,